Thank you. Appreciate the tee up from the superintendent there. And I appreciate all the work you're doing. You're getting caught up, you and your staff, and I'm glad many of them are here, many behind you, in one of the most difficult situations that's ever confronted public education. Just like we as council members, I don't think any of us got our handbook on day one and said we were going to do pandemic duty and decide what closes and what opens and how we did this. And it's very difficult. So I want to just acknowledge that again. And I think we're coming from a place of wanting all kids to learn, wanting all families to be supported. We've done amazing things with feeding families in the summer learning. You know, we're a model, and it's when you're a model, people want you to get everything right. And it's difficult to do that. And, I worked for Barack Obama when he was president, and he was going to part the seas, heal the oceans, and bring everything back together. It was an unrealistic expectation, but it was a hope that was needed at the time. And MCPS is a great system, and we have a great track record, and we're just like everyone else, continuous improvement. So I just want to acknowledge that. And I think I would caution any elected official on anybody from getting you and the work that you all are doing caught up in the political firestorm of back and forth. I'm really, really sick of it. Everyone here is trying to help kids and to help families. Let's focus on that. Let's not focus on assigning blame. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Let's get the things right. Let's help you do your job. I appreciate those two requests. Where I have a sign-on letter that was alluded to by Councilmember Rice, and I got everyone. I actually need Councilmember Hucker's sign off on it, and a couple of others that we're going to send to the governor. And we've been working on this for a few weeks, asking for him to use his executive power and authority to allow you to do in-school testing and get more data, and to do opt-out. That will double, the amount of information we get. It'll help us keep our kids safe. Those who are immunocompromised. I've heard from so many parents who just have not been sending their kids to school because they're worried about the transmission for our immunocompromised and other kids. So it would be a great tool, but we can't do it without the governor's authority. And so I appreciate working with Stephanie Williams, your general counsel, and others to clear that up. And that letter hopefully will go out later today. It's one example of we have to work with the system we're in. And we're the 14th, 15th largest school district in the country. It's very difficult. We have to have the tests, and you shouldn't be doing contract tracing. I'm very appreciative of those two direct things. You need support on that, and we need to have enough tests. If we do, the worst thing to happen is we get the authority, and we don't have enough tests to test kids in school, or there are enough people to test kids in school. So let's make sure that we have that in place, and we're going to be a partner with you to work to make sure you have that capacity. And let's keep innovating. I've heard from teachers, if the school does get shut down for the reasons you talked about, staff absences, bus routes, COVID cases, the whole holistic picture, let's allow our educators to do the virtual instruction from home. Let's take some stress off of their plate. That's something that, I've heard as an example of something that we could provide some flexibility on that we can control. Let's continue to do those things. Let's work as good partners with everyone who's included. And I know you all are trying to do that. And this is more of a statement than a question, because I'll be at the session on the E&C committee tomorrow with my colleagues to dive into how we're going to do these things. But I just want to say I appreciate what you're doing. Let's focus on the goal. Everyone wants our kids to be safe, to learn, and to help be a part of our community fight against COVID-19. And I know that's the spirit in which we're coming to us today, and that we're having this discussion. So thank you. And I yield the rest of my time, Mr. President.